Hello and welcome back to Shadows over Loathing. So, I have looked up where what the barbecue thing is. And now, as you might remember, or you might not, there is somewhere... nope. There is somewhere a barbecue wing. And I believe that one of the drinking fountains outside of it is... Nope. There was a little steam leak. No. Barbecue wing. Haha! This fountain appears to be hooked up to a supply of barbecue sauce instead of water. Alright, so that would mean that we now have the sauce for this place. Nah. Not gonna deal with it. Here you go, Floyd, one serving of barbecue sauce. Oh, holy cow, thank you. He takes a big sniff of the sauce. Ah, sweet and smoky, just like Dad used to make. Well, just like the machines at Dad's factory used to make. Dad's job was just making sure the rats didn't unionize. Well, enjoy. I sure will. Thanks for your help. Right, not necessarily worth it, but... are we looking for side quests? Rufus wants you to plug his transmitter into the console at WGCR station in the Big Moist. So that's back in that. Usually smart rat in the SIT tunnels. So we're more or less done for SIT. I mean, we can do this, but it's not really like... This is probably just a potion, so not really worth it. In which case, let's head back to the Big Moist. And go... What do we got? Barbara's Hut, Mossrock Grotto, Gatorman Village, Frog Bog, Radio Shack. Let's start with that. That's odd. This patch of muddy ground has a lot of tracks in it that looks like human handprints. Well, except for the fact that humans don't normally walk around on their hands. Maybe there was an acrobat convention in the middle of a swamp. Or what's that thing the one kid was talking about? The honey ape? Maybe there's something to it after all. Sure. Geez, the more you look, the more of a confusing, trampled mess these tracks are. It seems there are different sets of tracks heading in different directions. How many thumbs did you say this thing has again, on one hand? I don't remember. 2? How many fingers was it? 3? Ah, rats. Oh well. Radio Shack, property of WGZR Keepout. Well, first off, Shadow Hot Dog. Red Fern, something really depressing must have happened here. Why, well, must there? It appears to be unlocked. Oh. Swamp water has leaked through this hole and wetted the floor. Oh well, the days when these were your good shoes are already long past. That's probably going to be a fight, but alright. There's some guys hanging out here looking stoic and cool, and also a gator man with more than the usual allotment of teeth. Hi, who are you guys? We are radio technicians. Why are you standing here in the dark? Why not? It is radio. There's nothing here to see. Well, you got me there. This machinery looks weird. Are you speaking of battery units that appear to be powered by outer space or some form of negative energy or something like that? Yeah, that's strange, right? They are not standard issue, it is true. So what? I cannot tell you more about them. Oh. So what's this stuff for? Always with the questions. I have a curious nature. I will not reveal to you our employer's plans. Their plans to use this equipment to broadcast her voice across this country once she has assumed full control of the government. Oh, please? No! Stop asking. Shucks. Well, it was probably going this way anyway. All stouts, 50%! What? Flesh thief? Yeah, get out of here. That's bad. My stats are way down. Alright, first off. Not that. So that's gonna up our business. Vampire Colonel intends to smack... Oh, that's awful. Let's put you on fire. You don't have any defensive stats. Yig is gonna bite. Gator Man turns to swat. That's not too bad. I mean, 4 hit points back is not great. You have already acted, so you're not too big of an issue, but setting them all on fire will definitely help me in the long run with the entire party. So, I mean... Okay. If I can't lower your stats anymore, but I can give you a good old-fashioned headache. 16. Lower Moxie by 2. That might help because Moxie tends to be sort of the charm buff kind of thing. Two attacks, eh? That was not very nice. You're gonna smack the Gator Man. You have 9... Yeah, let's not take any chances. The Gator Man is bad enough as it is. Oh, yeah. He gains stats when he's hit. Irritable, yeah, that's... Well, he's not going to live for the next turn, so we might as well ignore him. Okay. I can heal myself, though that is not particularly useful. Let's focus on the vampire, then. So some sort of agreement, or is it turned Gatorman? Yeah, so he's not... The Gatormen are not really allied with the vampires. This one is, however. Alright. 15... Oh, 7 physical damage. That's... it's not bad. And you're gonna burn for 4. Unless you're dead. Well, that worked out. White suit pants. +1 Moxie, +20 meat drops. It's not bad. Double your Moxie. Nice. Hook up Rufus's gadget. You plug in Rufus's gadget and the console starts emitting a different series of beeps than it was emitting before. Okie dokie. Apparently this machine is powered by evil. Or at least weird. Where did Gabby go? Oh, there now she's back. And now she's back. Were those guys sharing one bed? Wait, why isn't it a coffin? Possibly because the original radio operator is likely still alive. Somewhere. Well, this thing is pretty cool. It also looks very lightweight. You carefully pocket the zabby orb thingamajig. Glowy lightning ball thing. Okie dokie. Jewelry case. Can I open it? Pom-pom ring. Chili will increase ally stats by 1 additional point. Ooh, not bad, not bad. Bacon stone bracelet. Basically the same as my hat does, but not bad stuff. Okie dokie. Well, that was kind of quick. So we have only one. I mean, we are still under the effect of... Where was that at? Wait, have we gotten rid of all our negative things just by washing our face? It does seem like it, yes. +1 to syringe. Gather ingredient, weapon durability. Ah, but no, we still have it. At least this one is just moved around. Right, what's the closest thing? Barbara's Hut, Moss Rock Grotto. So Charles is at the Gatorman village, presumably. Let's go to the Frog Bog. Why? Why not? You're browsing your way through the swamp, taking a sniff through your nose trumpet now and then. This swamp smells terrible. I mean, a swamp is literally just standing water and rotting compost, the biome. So it's not like that's news or anything. But you wouldn't be surprised if this swamp was at least nominated for world's worst smelling swamp. Oh God in heaven, what is that? Something smells like a rotten egg mated with a tire fire, and the egg the tire fire laid also went rotten. Squinting through the tears, you see a patch of brown air hovering nearby. That must be the smell-o-wisp that kid was looking for. Yeah, we're gonna follow it at a safe distance. You follow at a safe breathing distance as the smell-o-wisp bobs and weaves through the fetid marsh. Eventually it comes to rest on a rotting tree stump, and you sneak up quietly behind it. Just as you're about to grab a sample, 3 gatormen casually stand up from where they were crouched in the knee-deep water around you. These... I don't think gatormen are known to... Yeah, let's just fight them. Oh, wait. Is that the smell-o-wisp? It is. That's... Yeah, because... Oh. Alright, that's not bad. The thing is that he didn't want it to be destroyed. Help! The frogs are talking. Speak to the frogs. You clear your throat. There was a frog in it. Haha. Maybe don't use that joke when talking to the frogs, though. Hello, frogs. Ribbit? Frogs. Ribbit. Humans. Ribbit. Humans. Ribbit. Not. Ribbit. Not. Ribbit. Not. Frogs. Ribbit. Frogs. Ribbit. Frogs. Ribbit. Not. Humans. Frogs. Not. Talking to frogs were not on your list of expectations for the day. You talk to the frogs. You address the frogs again. Wait, are you saying you're humans, not frogs? Yes. Ribbit. Yes. Right. Ribbit. Right. Ribbit. Okay, some kind of curse then. You think about what it would be like to be trapped in a frog's body. After a few seconds you stop thinking about it because you don't like thinking about things that fill you with harrowing existential angst. How did this happen? Ancient curse, god statue, quarry, statue, quarry. Right, so something in the quarry, eh? It's kind of hard to understand you with everybody talking all at once. Can all of you stop talking except for one frog? Share mind, all mind, share, all mind, share, single mind. Right, okay, so no. All frogs share single mind. Wow, that's incredible. This changes Actually, you can't think of any significant consequences of what you've just learned. You try to remember the last time you interacted with a specific frog as an individual, and it was... Uh-oh, that biology class. Best not to bring that one up. Is there some way I can help you? Yeah, why not? One of the larger frogs hops up to you and coughs loudly. A shiny green object flies out of its mouth and sinks into the water. Gleaming emerald. Ooh. What should I do with this? Heim quarry. Sure. That's odd. This patch of... Okay, well, let's try it again. Wait. 4 thumbs. 4 fingers. Ah, well. We might eventually get that by accident. Heim quarry help wanted. There's a note on the door. Drive efficiently. Excess gas used will be deducted from your paycheck. This guy seems a bit, hi there. Ribbit. This might seem like a strange question, but do you know anything about a cursed? Ribbit. Your attitude says no, but your everything else says yes. Ribbit. This is either a guy who thinks he's a frog, or the soul of a frog trapped in the body of a guy, or a really good method actor rehearsing for Toad of Toad Hall. Excuse me, Ribbit. Have you seen any cursed frog idols around? He sticks his tongue out as a fly buzzes past and seems confused and disappointed by its length. Ooh boy. Okay, good luck, Ribbit. Oh, he even got a pouch and everything. Here's another one of these froggy men. Hey, don't hop away when I'm trying to talk to you. Hi, Ribbit. If I asked if you were a frog trapped in a man's body, would you have any way to answer that question that I would be able to understand? Ribbit. I guess I don't know what I was expecting. Wonder if there's some sort of... Alright, we're not going in there just yet, we are. Ooh. Boop. This lady seems real nervous about something, although the way she's hopping around on the floor makes it difficult to judge her body language in a regular way. Hiya, ma'am. Ribbit. Can you tell me, can you communicate to me in some way anything about a curse? Ribbit. Oh, jeez, please don't do that thing with your neck. Okie dokie, then. The door locked so the food won't escape, presumably. This man doesn't look very happy to be a frog. Or the other way around. Or whatever. Hi there, Ribbit. Nice suit, you look like a fancy guy. Ribbit. I guess you basically won the frog lottery, huh? Ribbit. A painting of a safe. Is that meant to be reverse psychology? You push the painting aside and find, surprise, a safe. Unfortunately, it's a key-type safe, and you don't have the key. Not that a combination lock would have been much better, but you could have twiddled the dial and hoped to get lucky. It's all books on management with titles like Shaking the Invisible Hand and You Deserve More and How to Get Blood Out of the Turnips You Hired. Strange. Haim Bess. This was both the foreman's gun and his wife. Ooh. You give the files a quick rifle through. They tend to be very thin. People who were hired and then quit real fast. There's only a handful of current records, and they aren't very interesting. Damn it! Biscuits! Well, mess all it is. Flies. As advertised, it's a mess. Yeah, haha. Table is swarming with flies. Was this all for the purpose of getting a fuse, because everything else seems inconsequential here? Alright, the cave it is. Oh. It's a crude but large statue of a frog. It looks pretty old. Has a single glowing emerald eye. I'm gonna wait with that. Frog person seems more cheerful to be in that situation. Hey, don't touch this. Talking man. That's right, I'm a human man, not a frog at all. I have reason to believe you are actually a frog in a man's body somehow. Well, it's my body now and I'm keeping it. I don't need any dry skin leg walkers coming in here and... Holy hop, you got the missing eye. This big emerald? Yeah, I was just dosing this thing that it looks an awful lot like the other one. Okay, I absolutely need you to step away from that statue right hopping now. You don't want me to fix it. No, obviously not, because he's a frog that's been given a human body. It's very important. It's an ancient idol of the frog god, and when the human blasphemed against it by removing that eye, this particular human right here, my dad, they were cursed with the great croaking one's righteous fury. Oh, so that's why all the people here and the frogs and that bog nearby. Yeah, you guessed it, it's the old Freaky Friday routine. I don't know what that means. Forget about it. The point is the human did the crime, so now it's the frog's time to shine. And if I put the eye back... If you put the eye back, it undoes the curse. Yeah, oh, hop, I shouldn't have said that. Those frogs people really want their bodies back. So, hopping what? Hop them. Jeez, man. Look, take your inherent pro-human bias into account and consider the justice of the situation, okay? These people came rolling in here with their machines and stuff, tear up our land, spill oil and gasoline everywhere. Then they find this ancient religious icon, and the first thing they do is try to loot it. These aren't good people. They got what was coming to them. What should I do? I'll tell you what you do. Take the other eye out of the statue. What? I don't want to be a frog. Nah, don't worry about that. It won't curse you. What it'll do, it'll make the original curse permanent. No takebacks, no do-over. That's justice, tadpole. Tell you what, I'll sweeten the deal. You can keep the emeralds. Heck, I'll even make a necklace for you. You like necklaces? I'm still getting used to having a neck myself. Well... Oh, why? What the... There's something I need to research here because this seems important. Now, normally I'd be just like, yeah, happy-go-lucky, go with whatever seems like the best option, but this... it's a bit more than your average choice, isn't it? Well, at least it seems that way. Shadows... Oh, no. Shadows, not shadows. Shadows over... Loathing... Frog god. Frog statue, that'll do. No, go away, AI. I do not care about you. I didn't want that. Where would that be? Ah, the wiki. Let's see. Okay, so making the curse permanent seems to be better for using magical weapons, which I don't. And also it will only make one person happy, so I'm like, that's not a grand way of doing it. Yeah, let's... I think it is I'll think about it. But the wiki isn't clear. Hold on, let me find something that actually explains what it is instead, because I kind of want the best option here. No, that was just a branch of it. Yeah, okay, I'll think about it. Well, considering that I haven't really figured out how to work these fists yet, I can't do much to stop you either way. But I'm warning you, if you put that eye back, you're gonna find yourself on the wrong side of history, pal. Uh-huh. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to talk to him again. I guess I want to talk about it some more. Alright, well, from where I'm standing, it's a pretty straightforward thing. Just walk over there and yank that emerald out of its socket. I don't understand why you want that. Alright, well, from where... Didn't I already explain this, pal? I want the swap to be permanent. I want to keep this body. Okay, so here you actually have to get a conversation maze, as I would call them, where you have to select the right things. And while it does say that you can basically try this conversation over and over, so there isn't a fail state to it, we might as well do it right the first time, since I already have a guide. So it's going to... How do you know the statue works? I just kind of know. It's like I can hear the frog god speaking to me through the idol, sort of. Not exactly, it's hard to explain. Gosh, maybe you're the frog chosen one or something. Well, I try not to get swelled ahead about it. Your head is bigger than your whole body was before, though. Yeah, good job. That was literally the joke I was making. Try to keep up, kid. I see. And then you have to go 4. A frog gave me this emerald. How's that possible? But that was probably me. I mean him. Try that again. This human's mind in my frog body. I was hopping around in here when it happened. You were in this cave. It's kind of far from water. Yeah, but I've always been really drawn to this statue. Huh. Maybe I am the frog chosen one. Kneel before me, human. Ah, just kidding. I've always been pretty devout, though. A particularly religious frog. Well, unlike we humans, frog only have one god. And if there's only one game in town, you might as well play, right? That seems important. Why don't you take the gem out yourself? That is actually a good question. He has potential. Had a lot of time to do that. I don't know if you noticed, but I don't exactly have fine motor control over this body yet. I can't even stand up straight without falling over. You're doing pretty well. The others can't even talk yet. Huh? Really? Huh, wonder why that is. Maybe because you're more religious than the others? Nah, I mean, I'm devout as hop, but the others aren't less devout. Frogs all share the same mind. Oh yeah, you're still connected to the others. No, I can't hear them thinking anymore. To be honest, it's really nice to have a little peace and quiet. That's interesting. And then, why do you want to be human so much? Because it's exciting and new. Check out these thumbs. Are you kidding me? Some of the climbing type frogs have rudimentary thumbs, but not like these tadpoles. I'm gonna give so many thumbs up to people. It's gonna be great. Thumbs are pretty good. I guess I don't appreciate mine enough. Right? Forget being a frog. Being a frog sucked, and I guarantee the others agree with me. Well, except you can't really guarantee that because you don't share the same mind anymore. You don't know what they're thinking. Oh, look at you, all used to having hairs and being able to split them. It's true, though. It seems rude to do this to these people. Don't take their side. They deserve what they got. They deserve to be turned into frogs. That's right, they do. Those guys blasphemed against the frog god, and being stuck with those dumb frog bodies is their just desserts. Okay, but are they all guilty? That one frog gave me the emerald to fix the statue with. He seemed like a pretty good guy, at least. That was the one guy that stole the eye in the first place. He's the particular guy who wrecked the statue. And now you want to wreck it even more? You're the super devout religious frog, right? And it doesn't make any sense that you wouldn't want to fix it. Well, sometimes you gotta break some eggs if you want to make a broken egg thing, some kind of food or whatever. Yeah, right. Well, it's obvious here. Look what I'm hearing here is... You think all the humans should suffer for the actions of just one guy who did something that you want to make worse, and you don't even know how the other frogs feel about it. Well, that's... I mean... Alright, kid, I guess you got me dead to rights. Ha! And that face, which isn't actually yours. Thing is, though, your point being valid doesn't obligate me to change my mind. Oh, but I'll tell you what, if you can prove to me that other former frogs around here don't want to be humans, and it really was only one human to blame for this blasphemy, maybe we can work out a better solution than this. How do I do that? You're an adventurer, aren't you? Go wander around, poke at stuff, talk to people. That's your whole deal. The other frog people can't talk. Though, remember, I tried here on my way here. Probably. Oh yeah, well, probably being next to this statue helped me develop faster, so maybe it would help them too? Let me see that emerald you got. Do I trust him about this? Let's see. What does the... Right, so I actually have to not give it because he wants to basically put it back. Despite him not having fine motor skills, so you hesitate and the frogman sighs. Okay, fine, do it yourself then. You see how the gem you're holding isn't glowing like the one in the statue? Maybe it can be recharged. He motions for you to hold the emerald against the statue. You cautiously do, and after a moment, it begins to glow softly. Glowing emerald. This is the most beautiful thing a frog has ever barked at you. It's glowing from within. Nice. Okay, take that and see if that doesn't help you communicate with the others. I'll cool my heels here while you're gone. That's a thing you do with heels, right? Right. Oh, I never introduced myself. My name is Rain Bose. Oh yeah, names. Right. I'm Frogger Yielding. Frogger Yielding? Do all frogs have frog in their name like that? No, frogs don't have names. One mind, remember? I just kinda found this name. In here. In this cave? In this guy's head. Don't ask me to explain that. I don't get it either. Weird coincidence, though, right? Yeah. Huh. Judging from the smell and the thick cloud of flies, this is not a place for a good time. Let's not go back there unless you really have a really good reason. Is exploring not a good reason? Oh. Fine. The emerald eye of the frog god glows softly. Hi there, how's being a human treating you? Do you have any water? Pour some water on me. Excuse me? My skin's too dry, I'm drying out. That's not really a problem for humans. I mean, I guess it's a small problem. You can get moisturizer cream for it. What are you talking about? I'm dying here. I'm pretty sure you can't die of dry skin. I won't be able to breathe. I'll shrivel up and die. That's not how... Water! Water! So, if I ask you if you enjoy being human... Never mind. This is either a guy who thinks he's a frog, yeah. Hey there, how's it going? I'm so hungry I can't catch anything. Catch? This new tongue isn't nearly long enough. I see a fly go past and... He sticks his tongue out as far as he can. Nothing, I'm starving. Have you tried using your hands? My hands? My hands that are always touching the ground? Well, that's the most unhygienic thing I've ever heard. Disgusting. So, would you say that you're enjoying being a human? I'll put that down as a no. Hi, excuse me. Ah, don't eat me! Wow, jeez, I'm not going to eat you. No, sorry, you startled me. I thought you were a snake for a second. You don't really need to worry about snakes. I mean, okay, you should be careful about poisonous ones, but what are you talking about? Well, you're much bigger now. Sure, just imagine how big the snakes must be. I mean, she does have a point in that. Giant snakes, big enough to eat a frog my size in one bite. Can you imagine? Nowhere is safe. They'll smash down this shack like it was nothing. I better go. You're going to give me nightmares. Giant snakes, eh? Was there anyone in here? No, there. Clearly the employees here weren't being fed very well, or possibly at all. Maybe that's why there weren't very many. Maybe they ate each other. No, I don't think that's the case exactly. Hi there, how are you feeling? What's going on? Where am I? What am I? Judging by your suit and office, you're in the body of a wealthy quarry owner. I don't know what that means. Is it something to do with money? I certainly want a lot of that, whatever it is. Around here, money more specifically is called meat. Meat, gotcha. Do you have any? Give me some. Sorry, no. I need that for purchasing goods and services. Is that what it's for? Ah, are goods and services not just available for those that need them? Wow, I really don't have time to explain capitalism to you. Well, whatever, I don't understand how the stuff works. I just need that sweet meat. It's kind of disturbing how quickly you picked this up. Come on, man, I'm desperate. My meat number isn't going up at all. Help me out here. I'm just going to back away now. There was more here. Oh, ooh, hat. Intimidating Stetson. There's a lot of incidents of workers being written up for complaining, also a lot of injury reports, and wow, the salaries listed here are pathetic, nearly to the point of being criminal. You also find a handwritten letter from one of the workers, formally requesting that the crew be issued new hard hats. Scrawled across the bottom in another hand is the comment, "Ha! What does he think I'm made of money?" There's a picture of a particularly fancy yacht that's been circled in red ink. The price listed as 200,000 meat. Good grief, you'd have to grind a whole lot of random encounters to see that kind of money. I wonder, what would happen if you actually came into this particular instance having 200,000 meat? Like, it's possible. You could definitely grind up to that point. Sure, let's go for the next one. Dear sir, prepare to offer 250,000 for each emerald of cut color and clarity you describe. Stop. Please telephone to arrange visit and inspection by our expert. Stop. Regards, Seymour Hart here. 500,000 meat. Geez, that would buy a whole lot of gumballs. Yeah. As well as 2 yachts. Yep. I did not mean to actually leave. 3. It's got the fancy Pinkerton's National Detective Agency logo at the top, and the charge listed is 500 meat for services rendered on July 6th of the last year. Well, that tells it this guy's running the guy running this place was absolutely horrible. Yeah, the Pinkertons aren't exactly known to be nice. Hey, you haven't seen a key for this safe round, have you? A key? Is that what this little pointy brass doohickey in my leg skin hole is? Pocket. That's called a pocket. Yeah, probably. Can I have it? That depends on how much meat you're going to give me. I'll give you a million meat. I'll give you 50. For 50 you can rent the key for 1 minute. Sure, whatever, it's a deal. You hand over the meat and the frogman lends you his brass key. Look at all this meat. I'm going to use it to get more meat and then use that meat to get more meat. It's important. It's in its own right as a way to keep score against other people who have a lot of meat. Okay, let's not get too unsubtle here. You unlock the safe, return the key, and find a bunch of tins of fancy, expensive caviar. Rich in foyer brand caviar. It doesn't actually say caviar, it says boulet de poisson salé, but the picture on the side of the tin looks a lot like caviar. There was a lot of that in that safe. The foreman must really be into the finer things in life, where finer is defined as expensive, as opposed to the cheap kind that hobos like. So we just got it. Yeah, I mean, already with the books, I kind of had the idea. Remains of a fancy meal, yeah. Hi? Hello. What was that weird sound? What sound? That sound I just made? There it is again. You mean talking? I guess, but what's with all these different noises? Normally I just go Ribbit, and everyone gets what I mean. Well, you're human now. It works differently for us. It is wildly inefficient and clumsy and confusing. I don't like this at all. How do you like being a human, apart from that? Ribbit. Ugh. Even a basic Ribbit sounds all weird and gross. I'll put that down as you doesn't like it. Okay, so that's all of the frog people, I think. Yeah, I don't want to mess with it. I want to talk to. I'll talk to all the frogs. What about the human side of things? Well, from what I've discovered, this was a really crappy place to work. I'm still looking around, though. Okay, well, rather than have you explain things piecemeal, let's keep it simple and save the explanation until you're finished. Okay, so I have to go back to Frogbog. Well, maybe I can discover some new things. A flash of light cuts through the trees. The glare passes, and then you see it. Poking its head out above the canopy, a telescope. Why, you fancied a telescope ever since you were a young boy. You'd press your nose against the window of the telescope shop for hours until the proprietor would run out and threaten to tan your glutes with a tripod. And I still want a telescope. Well, you've waited long enough. Go and get your telescope. Telescope in a treehouse. Later. Let's not get distracted. Okay. Good. Careful. Ribbit. Lock. Ribbit. Careful. Good. Careful. Ribbit. Careful. Good. Ribbit. Good. Lock. So, what exactly do I need to do now? Because, I can't... It seems... Alright, well, trot you on back. Don't mess with me, you scum. Okay, what does that do? Where was that? That would be... Oh, it doesn't actually do anything, just... Okay. I've already seen everything. Are there more? Nope. Okay. What? All right. Well, guess the guide is open again. Speak with all the frogs people and inspect the working conditions of Heim's quarry. Are you saying? Are there some that I haven't spoken to? I can't speak with the humans unless there's a frog somewhere else. Sure. Do I have to go to a specific frog? Is that... Oh! Oh. But... Okay, what does it actually say? Speak with Qa'Rajh again and convince him that the curse should be undone. Okay. You'll need to prompt him with questions in particular order, blah blah blah. So it's something to do with the foreman, apparently. So have I really not spoken with everyone? What am I missing? Speak with the frogs people and inspect the working conditions. Have I not inspected the working conditions? Is that it? So there's one thing I have not... Like, is it how the rocks are stacked in an unsafe measure? Well, because I can't speak with the humans, because they don't want to talk. Well, the frogs, I mean. I spoke with her, didn't I? Oh. Hey, is it okay if I look in these lockers? No, don't. What if there's a giant Tuatara in there? I don't know what that is. It's a type of frog-eating lizard from New Zealand. Well, if through some sort of hilarious coincidence or misadventure there does happen to be one in there, it'll get me first and you can run away. Well, okay. There's actually not much in the way of professional possessions in here. Rag clothes, some cracked and dented hard hats, a few family photos taped inside the doors, and a note that says, taping photographs on the inside of the locker room doors is violation of protocol and will be noted on your record management. Was that... Ooh, there's a note. Whoever's doing it, please take your boots off when it's your turn to use the bed. As in, singular. So, all the workers here had one bed between them. Okay, is it good now? Yeah, I'm done investigating all that. Great, so what did you find out? Well, all of the frogs either hate their new human bodies or they're being driven crazy by them. They're all having a really terrible time. Aw, geez, really? Well, that stinks. I like those guys. On the human side, it's clear that everyone working here was super miserable except the foreman, who was keeping all the profits to himself while he paid the workers basically nothing and spent even less than that on maintaining the place. After he was planning on selling those emeralds, I can basically guarantee that the foreman forced the guy you're wearing to take the eye. Well, that sounds pretty conclusive. So what now? Hop, I guess you'd better go ahead and change everyone back. It's gonna suck to go back to being a frog after tasting this sweet human freedom, but the other frogs hate this, and the humans don't deserve it. So go ahead and put the emerald back in the idol. There might be another option. What do you mean? Well, we got one frog who wants to be a human and one human who sucks and probably should get some justice, right? Oh, swap me into the foreman's body and change everyone else back. Yeah, we can do that. Is that a thing? Let's see, if the swaps really were a, proximity sort of thing, then if we got, but then, yeah, okay, yeah, I think it might be doable, no guarantees, but hey, when are there ever guarantees, am I right? What are your plan? Well, first thing we need to do, and by we, you mean me, naturally, is get the foreman's body and my frog body down here next to the idol. How do I do that? Well, how do you humans generally get people to do things you want them to do? Bribery? I was going to say as nicely, but when you think about it, a bribe is the ultimate form of asking nicely. On it. Okie dokie. So, I mean, the easiest thing would be to say there's a really valuable gemstone. Hey, can I get you to follow me for a minute? There's something I need to show you. Pah! I don't have time to do things a poor person does. The only place I'm going is to the top. Please is important. The only thing important to me is Wait, how do you spell money? With an O. Monney. Maybe I can make it worth your while. Yes, so you're going to give me more meat? I must warn you, now that I've established myself as a human of wealth, my price has increased drastically. How much? 12 brilliant meat. That isn't a real number. Numbers go on forever. You don't know them all. How about this tin of fancy caviar? What's that? Fish eggs. Ugh, that sounds like something a frog would eat, and I am a human person. No, this is a food specifically liked by rich human people, and you can tell because the label is in French, see? Something about the juxtaposition of the words food and French makes me deeply uncomfortable. No, thank you. Because he's a frog. And a French I don't know if it's popular or not, but there's a French dish that's frog legs. Never tried it and probably never will. I don't have an interest in that. You shrug and put the caviar back in the safe. You aren't feeling either hoity or toity enough to eat it yourself. I'll go look for something else. How would we go about doing that? Ooh. You look through the personal files again, and not surprisingly, you don't find anyone named Frog or Eelding. You do find a guy named Roger Fielding, though. That makes much more sense as a human name. He has a lot of black marks on his record for things like not shutting up about workplace safety conditions and whining about food. Nice. Anything more? No, okay. How would we do that? Flies? No, why would he want that? He thinks he's a... Well, he is technically human. Already done. Oh, a hint! Well, I also don't know that one part. I don't know how to get the frog foreman down here. What have you tried? He's really adapting fast to the foreman's mindset, so I tried bribing him with some food the foreman liked. Didn't work, though. That's good thinking, but he's probably still mostly a frog at heart. Have you looked around everywhere? Those flies over there on the left seem promising. Oh! Yes. Hello. Oh! Oh! Well, alright then. These flies are large and aggressive. That's 2 understatements for the price of 1. Stench damage. I have stench armor, don't I? The thing is that Jig can't heal himself, sadly. But, well, we can start the fire. There's 4 of them. So, it's not a dangerous fight, this. They aren't exactly what you would call a hard encounter. So if I were to... You have taken 9 damage already. Yig is getting up there. Have I something that would hit all? 3. They don't have any armor. Filthy. Melee attacks against this target. Ooh, that's why they were. So fire is actually a really good way to go, because that just... it adds up over time. I don't have an option for not attacking. Well, one attack will basically eliminate any one of these, so... curing all poison. Haha! And that's him done. And some extra life for me. Yes. I wish that Jig could also heal Gabby, but... alright, let's just... hooray! You won. No unusually large flies on you. Ah, that's gross. Huge maggot. Ugh. Is that... What? How does that work? Oh, okay. Didn't expect it to work like that, but... well, it did. So, actually... oof. Could you stand still so I don't know how to get XU down here. Well, it's probably taking time for those guys' humans' minds to fully incorporate into their frog bodies, same as with us frogs in our new human bodies. So maybe you can just call him by name and he'd recognize it? And you said you got your name from inside his head, so his name is also Frog or Yielding? Well, something like that. I'm not sure. It's confusing in here. Well, we know his name. So, Frog Bog it is. No. Yeah, I don't want to fight it just yet. Do I have to call? Oh, I probably have to hear. Hey, is anyone here named Roger Fielding? I'm looking for a man named Roger Fielding whose mind is trapped inside the body of a frog, and I cannot believe what my life has become. Ribbit? Hi, are you Roger? Ribbit. Sure, hope that means yes. Listen, I am this close to fixing this whole mess, and I just need you to come back to that idol with me. Ribbit. Oh, it went there automatically. That's nice. Okay, well, that was the frog. We still need to get the man. But that should be doable now with the giant maggot. How about this big juicy maggot? This is also frog food. I am a human, a wealthy human. But look at how fat and meaty it is. What? Ah, that's the trigger word, isn't it? Meaty, because meat is money. When did you ever see a maggot this size? Only the truly wealthy could afford to eat such an enormous maggot. It does look pretty good. I mean, I have even eaten myself already, but since I'm poor, I don't think I deserve it. But if you don't want it, you begin to move the maggot towards your mouth, slowing down considerably as you get closer. It writhes in your hand like a weasel trapped in a wet rubber bag. Yeah. No, stop. I won't allow it. You're quite right. This maggot is a feast only for those who could truly appreciate it. Hand it over immediately. Come with me to the cave in the quarry, and I'll give it to you when we get there. Very well, if you insist. You lead the frogman to the idol in the cave, give him the maggot, and convince him to stay there for a while with the promises of more maggots later. Alright. Job's done. Looks like you got both of them. Nice work. Are you sure that's the right frog? As sure as I can be. Not like they have name tags. What next? Well, here's my plan. You put the emerald back in the statue, undoing the curse. The foreman and I both sap back into our original bodies. The foreman sees the emeralds, and because he's a greedy hopper, he grabs one, reactivating the curse. While he does that, I jump into his head, ensuring that I'm the nearest frog to him when the switch happens. I only see one thing wrong with this plan. What's that? I don't want to be a frog. When he reactivates the curse, it'll switch everybody. Nothing is actually fixed by this. Yeah, that's the other part of the plan. See, I think we can avoid that. You think? Because I'm a devout worshipper of the frog god, and all frogs share one mind. So if the whole frog mind prays to the frog god to only curse this one jerk who's stealing the eye from the statue, hopefully the frog god will listen. Hopefully? Look, if you've got a better plan, I'm all ears. Well, just the 2 ears, but that's the 2 more than I used to have. No, frogs would have ears. Well, ear holes. They don't have ear lobes, but they have ears. They can hear. Otherwise, why would they be having such a vocal range of croaks and ribbits? They have ears. Yeah, look it up. Fine, I'll put the eye back. Return the missing eye. In the interest of full disclosure, I should point out that this is a one-way decision. If you mess with the idol, you won't be able to change your mind afterwards, so don't mess this up. You socket the missing emerald back into the statue. Both eyes flash with a brilliant green light and then dim again. Oh, what the blazes? Oh, jeez, my brain feels all slimy and weird. Fielding, didn't I tell you to get me these emeralds? I thought forget it. Clearly, if I want something done right around here, I have to do it myself. Ribbit? As the foreman grabs the emerald and twists it, you see the frog jump onto his head and close its eyes real tight. The frog god's emerald eye flash a bright, almost blinding green light. There! Did it work? Did what work, boss? You check your hands. They are, thankfully, your regular human hands. Yeah, it worked. Haha! Yes! Take the other emerald. You pop the other emerald out of its socket. The frog god's eyes flare again and then go dark. This time for good. The frog has a mustache. Ribbit? What the heck is going on here? I'll explain later. What's going on here is you get a raise, a week's vacation. All the workers get a raise and a week's vacation. Ribbit? Are you feeling okay, boss? It's gonna take a lot of explaining. Thanks for all your help, kid. Rain, I should say. You did good. No problem, Frogger, or whatever your name is now. Unfortunately, I gotta ask for that emerald back. I think I'm gonna need to sell these to get this place up to code and clean up the ecological damage and pay the workers real salaries and so on. Shucks. Well, okay. Maybe take this frog with you. You can teach him to not be such a hopwood. Steals meat from your enemies. Mr. I'm the greedy frog. Weird. Thanks. Alright, that's it for this episode. In the next one, we shall do something else. But until then, take care.